We've all heard about Mario, Kirby, Star Fox, Pokemon, and all of the popular titles in the Nintendo world. But some games were not so lucky. Some games have long been forgotten, and I'm here today to make sure they're remembered for just a little while longer. Starting off our list, we have Doshan the Giant. Doshan, the godlike creature in the game, can do a few things, like altering the land, managing all natural disasters, and answering simulated prayers. Pretty much you run around as the god of the land you are in, and you do godlike things, like condemn people to a pit of eternal fire for eating too many cheeseburgers. Speaking of eternal fire, the next game we have is called Devil World, a maze game for the NES. Devil World is pretty much a Pac-Man clone, and seeing as how Pac-Man is very well known, it makes sense that this game was well forgotten. Instead of the big Powerball and ghosts in Pac-Man, in Devil's World you collect a cross and eat demons instead. Everyone loves Tekken, Super Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter. But have you ever heard of Mech Fight? No? Well, it existed, and the objective was to beat every robot and then the boss in each level with your robotic kung fu. Kung fu so strong that even Bruce Lee would have had trouble. What a marvelous game. Marvelous? Like Marvelous? Another Treasure Island? No? Well, that's our next game on the list. A game influenced by The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It had a top-down viewpoint and used a mouse and keyboard to move around and type out what you wanted to do with objects around the map. The goal of the game was to collect stamps, and you could also send in your score to compete against your friends. Oh, that reminds me, I need to send in my order for Postmates. I'm on a quest to get some tomatoes. A tomato adventure, you might say. That's just the name of the next game on the list. I don't even like tomatoes. A game where you were in a kingdom called the Ketchup Kingdom, where you controlled D. Millie in an attempt to save your girlfriend. It is essentially an RPG game for the Game Boy Advance. Moving on to a world of cubes. We have Cubivor, a game about a cube that evolves into a more powerful cube, like Super Saiyan type power, and you beat up other cubes. A world of blocks that has a lot of blocks. It's blockazing. Up next, we have another game for the Game Boy Advance called Drill Dozer, a platformer where you control a drill and drill things and collect gears, health, and coins, and then fight some bosses as well with that drill. Satakun. Bless you? No, not bless you. That's the name of the next game on the list. Satakun, a side-scrolling action puzzle game where you attempt to gather shards on platforms and move on to the next level. And that's about it. Oh, and the shards were rainbow colored, just like Captain Rainbow, the title of the next game. Captain Rainbow was a yo-yo wielding superhero. But of course, what do superheroes do? Well, they go fishing and bug catching, and occasionally help citizens with their problems as well. Moving on to our final game of this list, we have all of the Tingle games, which I actually remember, but I don't know a lot about. Tingle was a character created by a spin-off of the Legend of Zelda series. There were a few games. Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, a game where you traverse dungeons for rupees. Tingle's Balloon Fight, where you fly with balloons and fight others that also have balloons to pop them. And lastly, ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love, a game where you attempt to get a book and learn how to dance or something. I really don't know. The game was also called a parody of The Wizard of Oz. Weird. If you remember any of these, you were either old or you just love Nintendo more than most, which I can't fault you for. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. If you've played any of these games, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, stay thick, and have a good one. Peace.